Why are the Vatican Secret Archives off limits? And what could possibly be so sensitive that the Church is still keeping it hidden after hundreds of years? Deep beneath Vatican City, far away from tourists and pilgrims, lies one of the most mysterious document collections on Earth, an archive so restricted that only a handful of people have ever seen more than a fraction of what's inside. Known as the Vatican Secret Archives, this immense and heavily protected repository contains more than 1,000 years of political, religious, and global history. Established officially in 1612, the archives were never meant to be a public library. Instead, they became the personal and private memory of the Catholic Church itself, holding everything from papal letters and diplomatic correspondence to accounts of trials, royal negotiations, theological disputes, and decisions that shaped the course of nations. The Vatican insists that the word secret doesn't mean hidden, but private. Yet, despite the explanation, access remains extremely limited. Only approved scholars with credentials and purpose can apply to enter, and even if they're accepted, which many are not, they can only request documents they already know exist. There is no browsing, no wandering, and absolutely no unrestricted research. Across nearly 35 miles of shelving are records that chronicle moments the world knows about and many it does not. Among the most famous are the original proceedings of Galileo's heresy trial, in which the Church forced him to renounce his belief that the Earth circles the Sun. There is the final desperate letter from Mary, Queen of Scots, written before her execution. There are centuries of communication between popes and world leaders, including discussions that influenced wars, royal marriages, territorial disputes, and political alliances. But what keeps the world fascinated isn't the history we know is in the archives, it's the history we don't. Some historians believe that deep within locked chambers are suppressed early Christian writings, theological debates that never reached the public, and accounts of religious and political events the Church would rather not revisit. Others speculate that documents relating to the Knights Templar, the Inquisition, secret treaties with European monarchies, or even diplomatic dealings with controversial governments, such as those of Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy, may still be hidden away. The fact that documents from as recently as the 20th century remain sealed until just a few years ago only intensifies curiosity. Critics argue that the Vatican has a responsibility to open more of its past to public scrutiny, especially when that history concerns global events, political decisions, or issues that influence the lives of millions. Supporters, on the other hand, claim that releasing everything could damage international relations, reveal personal or diplomatic secrets, or allow fragile artifacts to be mishandled or destroyed. The Vatican itself maintains that secrecy preserves both historical integrity and the privacy of individuals who appear in the documents. However, in a world where most institutions have digitized and made their historical collections accessible, the Vatican's strict control stands out and fuels endless speculation. Some wonder whether the Church is protecting sensitive truths, guarding evidence that could reshape public understanding of Christianity, or simply maintaining authority over its records as it has for centuries. The most intriguing part is that almost no one really knows. Even scholars who have been granted access admit that their view represents only a tiny sliver of the complete collection. For every document we know exists, there may be thousands more that historians are not yet even aware of. And so, the mystery grows. The Vatican Secret Archives have inspired novels, documentaries, conspiracies, and academic debates precisely because they offer something rare in today's world, an unanswered question that no amount of internet searching can resolve. Until the day the Catholic Church decides to open every shelf to the world, we can only speculate about what remains hidden behind those locked doors. Stories of political intrigue, suppressed knowledge, forgotten history, or perhaps nothing shocking at all. Just the ordinary paperwork of an institution that has existed longer than most countries. But one thing is certain. As long as the Vatican keeps its archives sealed, the world will keep wondering what's inside, why we can't see it, and whether there are truths down there that could change our understanding of history, religion, and global power.